Welcome back to another episode from your favorite channel, the PBC. It's your boy K9s giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Some gonna like it and some ain't. That's the way it is in life in general. No matter what you do, some people gonna like it and some people ain't. Some people gonna fake like they like it, but really they don't. Salute to all the pet lovers across the world. Everybody taking care of them pets, no matter what kind of pet you got, like I always say. We got some breaking dog news coming from the PBC satellites from outer space. And I got a topic that I'm going to touch on as well in this dog community, you know. So y'all come on up in here, sit tight, and let's get into this stuff, man. I hope everybody having a great Sunday so far. Great Sunday morning, afternoon, evening. Just depends on when you're watching this video, like I always say, man. You know, first up, we got a dog attack. And we got 3 dogs attack a jogger. The jogger survived. You know, he was injured. He survived, but we got 3 dogs. 2 was pit bulls, and 1 was a cane corso. And that's a hellified combination there for dogs that's trying to attack people. You got them 3 dogs out on the streets trying to attack people. That's a very dangerous combination there. You know, so what we're going to do, man, we're going to get into this news and then we're going to get into the dog talk afterwards like we always do. So you know where you got it from first, man. Check this news article out. K9s on the PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner, where I give it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Let's get into it.
Another story we're following tonight, a jogger violently attacked by 3 dogs in Plymouth Township.
It happened here on Canton Center Road near Ann Arbor Trail early this morning. Khalil Maycock is covering this story as well for us tonight.
I was hearing somebody yell, "Help, help, help."
Kendall Cusmano is describing what she heard early this morning, those pleas for help coming from a man on the ground in this yard.
I was just in shock.
He was being attacked by what Cusmano described as 3 vicious dogs.
The one dog was going this way, the other one was yanking him that way, the other one went back and was pulling him that way. It was like a chew toy.
According to Plymouth Township Police, the dogs under the attack were a pit bull and 2 cane corsos. When the first officer arrived and tried to help the man they described as a runner, the dogs aggressively approached that officer. That officer shot at the dogs, 1 was hit, and they all ran away. The runner was taken to the hospital with serious injuries to his arm, according to police, but is in stable condition. And the dog that was hit was found about 5 blocks from the incident and later euthanized for safety concerns. The other dog was found near an elementary school, secured, and taken to the Humane Society for quarantine. Police are still searching for the pit bull. They also mentioned they've been in contact with the owner. And this is video of all 3 dogs about an hour before they attacked the runner. This video shared with Local 4 by a man who lives near the dog's owner. And Cusmano said she wishes she was able to help the runner this morning, but was afraid.
One of the dogs came up to me and was like staring at me, and I yelled at the dog and I said, "No." And then the dog stopped, and then he stopped, which was crazy.
And another person in the area said while she doesn't think something like this will happen again, she plans to carry something to protect herself when walking in the neighborhood, just in case. Reporting in Plymouth, Khalil Maycock, Local 4.
All we can do is hope that that particular city or them pet owners handle the situation and get them dogs off the streets and get them secured the way they need to be secured for somebody to really get hurt or lose their life behind them dogs. Not saying that brother didn't get hurt or somebody lose their life behind them dogs, you know. So let's just hope they get them dogs secured, man. Now this next situation, you know, man, you thought you heard it all before? Well, check this out. Imagine one of your dogs gets stolen. Any one of my brothers out there that had stolen dogs or a dog stolen from you before or anything like that, just imagine. You know, I done gave news articles where people got their dogs back maybe 2 years later, or the dog ran away and he came back home, or somebody found him and turned him back in a year, 2 years later. But just imagine 11 years that your dog been stolen. He shows back up home, or somebody returns him home. After 11 long years, this next article we're going to be talking about a pit bull or a dog or a pit bull, whichever one you want to call it, is brought back home to his rightful owner. Now, my thing is, before we even get into this video, 11 years is a long time. if you steal a dog and you keep it for that, I'm just not saying these folks stole the dog, but if you steal a dog and you keep that dog for 11 years, does that dog even know the old owner? A lot of people gonna say, hell yeah. And a lot of people will say, nah. But 11 long years, and the dog was returned home. You know, I haven't reported on any incidents like that since I started doing this dog news. That's the first time that I gave y'all a dog been missing for that long a period of time and returned back to the house. You know, would you even want your dog back after 11 years? Now, of course, I know many people will say yes. And just like the last question I asked, many people will say nah. You know, that dog has got so many bad habits or different kind of habits that he's used to living whoever he was living with. Whatever lifestyle they was living, he has all that in him. Now let me ask you this, because we talk about this all the time. You bringing a dog back in after 11 years, what's the chances of that dog doing something to hurt somebody in your family that he wouldn't have normally did 11 years ago, but he's been through so much in 11 years? A lot of stuff goes down in 11 years when it comes to a dog, when it comes to his treatment, when it comes to his feed and what he been through, period, just in general. And like I said, these dogs attacking people, not this particular one, but dogs in general, attacking people, hurting kids, hurting grown-ups. You know, you got to look at it like that. And sometimes you got to say, not be selfish. I'm going to say it like that. No, not being selfish. You know, in this particular situation, you know, it don't really look like, I'm going to say it like this. It don't really look like a game dog. But then again, game dogs have different looks. I'm going to say game dog because I'm tired of saying the real American pit bull terrier. You know, all real American pit bull terriers are game dogs, working dogs. So I'm just saying game dog for short. But this particular dog don't really look like he may be off that pile of wood, you know? So with that being said, he may have, you know, a little something else in him, maybe 15, 20% of something else in him. And then again, he may be an all straight pit bull. But the thing I'm really speaking about is, what are the chances that you get or some type of action from this dog, or this dog start acting some type of way or acting out in some type of way that he's used to doing, and winds up hurting somebody in your family, you know? So let's get into this video, man. 11 years missing. 11 years stolen. What they said, they did the article, they said stolen. Regardless of how he left, he was returned back 11 years later. A decade and 1 year later. You know, I mean, I would accept my dog. If it was mine, I definitely would want it. You know, for the most part. But let's get into this news article, man. Pitbull missing for 11 years, returned home to his rightful owners.
Man's best friend reuniting with his family. 11 years ago, 40, that's the name of the pit bull, was taken from his Philadelphia home. Hope of finding the dog was lost for years. The family just devastated about the whole thing until they got a call they never expected. Our Shawnette Wilson with the story.
I am overwhelmed. I'm shocked. I'm in disbelief.
Video of a reunion that seemed like it would never happen.
I had tunnel vision and of him walking down that hallway.
But after a decade, 40 Cal, the pit bull, is back with his family.
He kind of had the shakes. He was like, there was a lot going on, different smells everywhere. So he came up to us as gentle as always, sniffed our hands, and kind of was just looking around the room.
His owner, Jordan Koviak, says even in that joyous moment, she was worried.
He was with another family. This is what I'm thinking, for about 10 to 11 years. So is he going to miss them?
Her dream became reality just before 9:30 Saturday night. An Act Philly animal control officer called saying that after 11 long years since 40 had been taken from the backyard of his Mayfair home, he had been found.
I immediately was flooded with tears.
Sunday, the family drove from Luzerne County, where they now live, to Philly to pick him up. They don't know how or why he ended up on the street, but they're happy to see that all this time he'd been well taken care of.
In the making.
A backyard in Mayfair fell silent back in 2015 when a dog named 40 Cal was stolen. One of two taken. One came home, but 40 didn't. His family searched for days, and that turned into weeks.
But time moved on, with the family relocating to Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, but they never forgot about him. 2 months ago, on a hunch, his owner updated his microchip despite thinking that he was long gone.
Act Philly found a senior stray on Saturday night, scanned his chip, and made a call 11 years in the making.
I thought it was a joke. It's just amazing, and I can't believe after years that he was brought back to us. He's very old, so he's going to go home and live his best life for the rest, of the time that we have with him.
Now, 40 is, of course, older, a little tired, but he's home.
The family hopes their story encourages people to never give up and check those microchips.
Old 40 Cal, that's what they call him, right? Now, the same way we say 11 years is a long time. His name was 40 Cal. Do you think he even know his name now? And let me ask you this. Would that be discrediting in a dog's senses? Would I be discrediting how smart a dog is, or trying to belittle how smart they are, because I'm saying he may not know his name no more. He may not remember y'all, and at the same time, he may see y'all and remember y'all just like y'all remember him. He may remember his old name. Who knows? But I will say this right here, right? I wouldn't just bring that dog in without having him on a probationary period. He would have to be on a nice, long probationary period. His first few months in the house. I got to really evaluate everything. I can't just bring him in and let him just do whatever he want to do. Just go any part of the room, go do what he want to do. He got to be on that, have a probationary period where I see if he's doing any bad habits, or he's doing anything that could be costly to my family later on down the line, especially when dealing with these kind of dogs. Like I always say, a dog that's been gone from you for 11 years, it can really be a dog that don't know you no more. It just depends, man. It just depends. That dog could have went from house to house to house to house to house to house to house. He could have had 10 owners, 15 owners since then in them 11 years. Then he could have had one owner. He could have been roaming the streets for them 11 years in some other city. And then finally somebody got him tagged, went and checked his microchip and see where he belonged at. So we really don't know what's up with the dog, or does the dog have any bad habits that he should have kept where he was at? But, like I said, I would have took my dog back in, but I would have just had him on a period where I'm really watching him, got him under a microscope, and what I would have did, I would have spent as much time as I could with him, while I'm not working or anything, take him out walking, letting him try to open his mind back up so he can remember where he was at, But it's still a good story at the end of the day. Finding your dog after 11 years is not something anybody has on their mind. All my brothers who got their dog stolen before, including myself, all the brothers and sisters whose dogs got loose and just ran away and never came back, including myself. Just imagine, we don't even imagine getting our dog back after that long. Once the dog has been gone about a year, 2 years, you kind of start moving on. When my dog ran away, he didn't run away, or she didn't run away. What happened was, and this is when I wrote my first book, Kilos and Palm Trees. The first book I ever wrote was the day I started on it the day my dog ran away from home. And she didn't run away. What happened was she got loose on the chain while I was at work. My neighbor told me, one of my neighbors, well, actually the guy who helped me in my yard, he told me he seen her running on the next block over with the long chain. She still had the chain on her and she was running loose. And I guess she wouldn't come to him. I don't know if he tried to get her or what, but he told me he saw her. That's the only person that told me they saw her. And I said, I knew nobody stole her. And I knew nobody stole her anyway because the chain was gone. If somebody wanted to steal her, they would have took off the chain and left the chain. You know, it would have been more trouble to take the whole chain out the ground like that than just take the dog off the chain and take the dog. But what I really think happened was she got loose. She ran out there, ran next to the, going back into the city part with cars and the highways and stuff like that. I just believe she ran up to somebody, and she wasn't a aggressive dog, and she was a pretty dog. If you see that picture of me when I had the dog in my back seat with the white face, with the blue eyes, that dog, she was a pretty dog. She didn't have no papers on her. I didn't know the bloodline. I just bought her from somebody because she was pretty, you know. I believe she just went up to somebody and they took off. Maybe the car wash, cause I stayed near a car wash. So I believe she just went up to somebody and they like, oh, look at a pretty pit. And they got her and they took her away. You know, and in this case, if I seen somebody with my dog, I couldn't get mad. I just had to go up to them and tell them that was my dog. Could I get my dog back? You know, because I know they didn't steal the dog. The dog got loose and ran to him. You know, and when that happened, I came home. I was a little depressed when that happened. So, you know, I went inside of my car, rolled me up one, and started writing. I started writing my first book. And if you bought that book, you seen at the beginning of the chapter where I was talking about where the dog ran loose or got loose at. Man, I looked for that dog for so long. And like I said, not every single day, but every time I went somewhere locally, you know, I would look in the backyard. I ride past and they got cages. I look and see. And I wasn't thinking nobody stole it. I was just saying, maybe they picked it up. Maybe they picked it up. Maybe they found it. Maybe she's back there. Maybe she's over here. Maybe she's over there. I just looked for that dog at least going on a year's time. After about a year, I stopped looking for her. So I can imagine 11 years, man. Salute and shout out to them brothers down in the chat, man. And much respect to y'all brothers, man. Much love to all y'all brothers down in the chat, you know. But 11 years, that's a mighty, mighty, mighty long time. Now, let's talk about this. This is something I seen on Facebook. One brother asked, and this is the thing, there's no such thing as a dumb question. If you want to know the answer to something, just ask the question. If you don't ask the question, then, you know, well, I'm going to take that back. It is such thing as dumb questions sometimes. You know, some questions these brothers ask in modern day time is dumb questions. You know, they used to say that back in the days. But this new era, you got dumb questions out here because some brothers will ask you shit that don't even, just dumb shit. You know, but this is not a dumb question. Brother said, is it true that some pet stores are doing DNA testing to tell what bloodline that your pit bull is coming down from? You know, and most of the brothers in the comments was pretty much answering it the same way. But I did this video for anybody who may have that same question, but didn't see that brother ask and didn't see the answers to that brother's question. You know, the thing is they cannot DNA test a dog to tell what bloodline he coming from just out the blue. You know, when they do DNA testing from all these different DNA companies, they're testing the breed of your dog to see if he's pit bull, Schnauzer, Beagle, Bloodhound, Rottweiler, Doberman, German Shepherd. They're trying to see what breed of dog that you got. You know, bloodlines are only names. Just remember this, brothers. Bloodlines are only names of dogs. You know, now they could probably DNA test your dog to see if he's a pit bull or not. They can do that, no doubt. But that's not the DNA testing that brothers speak about in this pit bull game. The DNA testing that they speak about is coming from dog to dog. Oh, these dogs are coming down off of Mellow Yellow, Mellow Yellow got to be DNA tested in order to tell if the dogs are coming down off her. You know, Fletcher got to be DNA tested in order to tell if the dogs are coming down off him as a bloodline. Bloodlines are only names. That's nothing more, nothing less. Every damn bloodline it is when it comes to these pit bull terriers, American pit bull terriers, the game dog, every single bloodline is nothing but that dog name. Red Boy, Jeep, Jocko, Bolio, all dog names. Don't let something so simple confuse you. You know, all it is a dog name. So in order to find out a bloodline of a dog, or if a dog is going back to that blood, you must have the base DNA first, the original DNA first. If you don't got the original DNA, all you can do is take two dogs and tell whether they can or not. Brother Jeff over here got a dog, and I got a dog, and we want to know if our dogs are coming down off of Grand Champion Yellow. Well, we don't got Grand Champion Yellow DNA, so there's no way for us to find that out. But what we can find out is if my dog and your dog is kin. You know, we can find that out, or have any type of, kin in their blood. But we can't find out if neither one of our dogs may be coming off yellow. Both of our dogs might be coming down off of some other kind of dog, not yellow, and our DNA may show that our dogs are distant cousins or kin, have a small percentage of the same blood in it or same genes in it, however they do it, DNA. But we can't prove that neither one of them dogs is coming off yellow or Eli or Jeep or whoever we want to know who they're coming off. The only way we could test that, and at this point, they ain't got no DNA for Jeep. They ain't got no DNA for Red Boy. They don't got no DNA for Mayday. They don't got no DNA for a lot of these old dogs. For one, DNA wasn't even out when some of these dogs was around. But you got DNA from dogs that's coming down off these dogs. And that's pretty much what the DNA program is for in the ADBA registry program. It's to say, oh, your dogs is coming down off him, or your dogs is coming down off her. But as far as an actual pet store being able to do it, they can't do it in that manner. They can do it in to say, oh, your dog is 75% pit bull, 15% Staffordshire Terrier, and some people even come back with 10 to 15% of a whole nother breed that the dog is not even a bulldog in their dog. And this is my opinion about that. We can look at a dog, I can look at a dog and I can know he's all American pit bull terrier from the top to the bottom, from one side to the other side. He's all pit bull, no mix. None of the breeders did any mixing in them. But you can go get them DNA tested with some of these DNA programs, and it'll come back with 5 different dogs in it. 1 or 2 dogs that really aren't in that dog. I mean, we can always say, oh man, they put some of this kind of hound dog in these pit bulls, or they put some of these kind of dogs in the pit bulls. But when you start seeing stuff like, oh, he's got 5% Schnauzer blood in him, or 5% Chihuahua blood in him, 5% Shih Tzu blood in him, 5% of this kind of 10% of this kind of blood in them, Beagle this, or dogs that don't even look like pit bulls, dogs that small, like dogs that don't even fit in the category to be bred with your dog in the past. Some of that stuff, you really gotta watch it. But like I said, man, for the most part, brother, they can't. A pet store can't tell you what bloodline your dog is coming off of. Cause I'm gonna tell you, for one, the pet store don't even know. Your average pet store don't even know the bloodlines of a pit bull. If you tell them, you give them $100 donation to their store, you give them $1,000 donation to their store, if they can tell you all the pit bulls, if they got some type of data, if they got some type of list, if they got some type of anything that got bloodlines to the pit bull. And another reason, there's no certain amount of bloodlines. There's the bloods that people know, and there's the bloodlines that are made up on an everyday basis. You got your base bloods like your Red Boy, your Jeep, your Jocko, your Bolio, your Eli, your Rascal, your different dogs. And that's why I always go back to say, y'all stuck on that old school shit. None of these new dogs are gonna have no bloodlines because everybody wanna keep riding on the Red Boy when Red Boy is not even giving you no more traits. You're not getting none of them traits from Red Boy. You're getting traits from Red Boy great-great-grandson now. Whoever that dog is in that pedigree in that 4th generation. You know, you getting genetics and genes off him. Even if you did a DNA test to Red Boy, it may not even come back to him. And I'm just giving you an example, you know, for some of these dogs. And when it comes to bloodlines, you know what I'm saying? It's been bloodlines being produced since the main bloodlines have been produced. This era right here is the only era from all the dog game. Go back far as Kobe them when the dogs first came in the country to the 90s. Everybody rep they dog. When a dog made a name for himself or herself, that was a bloodline. These modern day brothers, you don't want no other blood. You don't want your dog to become a blood. You wanna accept, oh, you gotta breed 4 times to have a dog your blood. You gotta breed 4 generations for a dog to be considered yours, or you gotta make a cross for a dog to be considered yours, or you gotta do this for a dog to be considered yours, when none of the bulldogs before your time went by these rules. Y'all making rules up to make it harder for y'all. And then when other people do it the way the old schoolers did it, y'all hate on them. You know? Whether you wanna believe it or not, enough of y'all know Mellow Yellow for her to be a bloodline. It's enough of y'all hate on her. Like I say, the haters what got her known as she is. Cause I can promote, but the haters help me promote throughout the years. They help me promote. If enough of y'all know, that's a fucking blood. All I gotta do is push dogs down off of her. No different than Honey Bunch, no different than Queen of Hearts, no different than Tornado, and the rest of them. You know, man, so, you know, it wasn't, like I said, brother, great question, because you wanted to know the answer. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of the brothers down in the comments, they gave you some great answers, you know. I didn't check them all out, because I'm quite sure you have an asshole down there saying some asshole shit in the comments. It never fails, man. It never fails when it comes to these pit bulls. I have never seen a brother drop a question or a brother drop something that gets a lot of responses to it, and out of some of them responses, you don't have asshole ass answers. You know, with these pit bulls, it's too many people that don't think logical. They got these dogs for me to say that's not gonna happen. So if you go to the pet store to get DNA tested, you know, they're gonna tell you whether you got a pit bull or what kind of breed of dog that you have. You know, now I will say this: I'm quite sure that you can once you start sending your dog in for the DNA at that particular company, now you can go back. You can go back and take the dogs. Just say if I got Mellow Yellow DNA at Embark or whatever. All right. Now, they're going to tell me what breed of dog she is. But anybody after Mellow Yellow should be able to send a blood analysis to Embark, and they should be able to tell them if that dog is coming down off Mellow Yellow or not. You know, they should be able to do that from that point. Now, these old school bloods that was out before DNA was, you know, came to light, you can't do it. But this new stuff, and I gotta show this again, because these brothers, I got a few of these brothers out here that let me see that they can't, that this shit here pisses them off. When you tell me only reason my dog is on the book because I wrote it, that lets me know it pisses you off. You know, only reason everybody in a damn book because the author wrote it. You jackass. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my fault. A lot of y'all can't read any damn way. You know? So brother ain't worrying about you putting your shit in the book. You can't even read, let alone put a book together. So yeah, she on this one because I wrote it. That's the benefits of having an author as an owner. and she gonna be in the next one. You know? And let me explain to y'all something. Don't you know, when I write these books, I still got the manuscript in my computer. Don't you know, it takes nothing for me to change anything in this book. Anybody, you want to talk shit like you in the book, nah, you in the book, man, listen here, man, you'll be gone just like that, easily. And it won't hurt, it won't cost me nothing to do it, and it won't take no time for me to do it. Maybe, 30 minutes or something like that? Go in there, take that out, upload my manuscript back on to where I'm selling the book at again. Now the book is the same book, but without your dog in it. So a lot of y'all better hold your horses when you get to talking that talk, you know? And thinking I can't make a change in something. Make a change in it just that fast. Fast as you was in there, fast as you be gone. It's a little more advanced these days compared to how it was in Mr. Stratton days. A little more advanced, you know? So yeah, Mellow Yellow, the most famous, the most known walk-em-out dog in the United States of America, the most known walk-em-out dog in the world. Mellow motherfucking Yellow. The most known grand champion yellow dog in the country that ain't got no outs in them. Now get down in my comments, you haters. You know, these brothers be talking about what's high drive and what's low drive when you don't know what the hell high drive and low drive is. A lot of y'all brothers weren't even talking about no high drive, low drive when it come to pit bulls, man. We brought all that type of talk into this game, man. Me and the brothers me and them brothers that be doing that legal, legitimate stuff, training these dogs and all that type of high drive, low drive, that's dog training talk. That ain't game dog talk. That's dog training talk. So don't get it twisted, big dog. You know, that just let me know you've been listening to my videos, you've been learning, but you're trying to use the shit you learn against me. When it don't make sense, dog. Like I said, when brothers talking about high drive, low drive, or whatever, dog, y'all weren't talking about that type of shit with these pit bulls before we got into these YouTube channels. The brothers that's doing the positive with these dogs. And I'm talking about the brothers that's doing the positive training and all kind of stuff with their dogs. Them the brothers that talk about high drive, low drive, this kind of drive. Y'all was so far from that shit. And the brother got the nerve to tell me about high drive. Man, listen, you wouldn't know how to look for high drive if I got it and sat it in your damn face. Please tell me when I play with my dog on a flirt pole, oh, that's high drive, that's low drive. Man, sit your bitch ass down like you've been doing and take notes, but this time don't come out here blurting shit before you actually learn what you're taking notes about, you know? Please don't do it, man. Salute to my man Samurai out there, man. Salute to my man Samurai, the whole Shogun crew, you know, and I'ma say it, like I always say, I don't look for nothing from brothers. I shoot brother shots out, you know, because I like the things they doing. I like the things a lot of my positive brothers out here doing. I ain't looking for shit from my brothers. You don't owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just shooting shots out, man. The brothers who making a way for other brothers out here, you know? And this is what I want to ask. Salute, and shout out to my brother BKK, Big Country Kennel. Shout out to you, Big Country Kennel. If you're not watching this video, one of y'all brothers go get him and tell him to watch this video. I got a question for him. You know, got a question for you, BKK. And this ain't no disrespect, and I don't want you to take it that way. I ain't saying it that way. I got a question. A real deal Holyfield question, my brother. Cause I watch your content, you know, when you be on Facebook doing your lives and stuff. Like I always tell all brothers, I may not be in there in the live, but I watch the back play of it, you know, the replay. My question to you is, my brother, you know, with the great dogs that you got, my question is, I noticed that you base a lot of stuff speaking about the white man or the crackers or this or that. But my question, brother, is you saying the white man don't want you to do this or the white man don't want you to have that or they hating on you? My question is, dog, for the last 4 or 5 years and beyond that, because I didn't just get in this dog game. I don't see the white man doing that. I see your black brothers, the one keeping you, not you, fam, but anybody. The black brothers is what's keeping brothers from getting the way they want to get to or getting to the level they want to get to. It ain't the white brothers. The white brothers don't got to say nothing. It's your black brothers that look at the white brothers a certain kind of way. That's what it is, fam. You know, and I would like to have a conversation with you, if possible, on the show. It don't even matter. We can go live or we can talk on the back streets. It don't matter, dog. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, we see things different, and we ain't. That's what's so good about people. We all can be different. You know, we all gonna have different thoughts. We all gonna see things different, especially when we stay different places. But my thing is, I don't see the white man stopping you from succeeding. I see the black man stopping you from succeeding, fam. You know, a lot of people scared to say it. A lot of people will run with that narrative like the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man ain't keeping you from getting up in this dog game, fam. It's your nigga friends. It's the ones with low self-esteem. It's the ones who don't want to get but so far in this dog game. It's the ones who don't believe, my brother. Oh, his dogs ain't shit. Listen, BKK, I guarantee you, if you got 30 people saying your dog ain't shit, I guarantee you out of them 30 people, at least 20 people out of that 30, at least 20 something, between 20 to 25 out of 30 is gonna be blacks. It ain't the whites, dog. Not saying the white brothers don't have their share of what they do. And I'm not about to get into a whole race thing right here, but I had a question, you know, because I always, you know, hear you speaking about that. And when I look at it, I'm like, damn, it ain't the white people, dog. It's the black people. You know, and believe me, I done been out here, man. I have had white brothers that hate on me, you know, like the hunter of all dog men, and several of the other ones. But it's your own people, man, that's gonna stop you from shining. It's your own people that want to keep that diamond from glistening, you know, want to keep that diamond dull. Come out here with cloudy diamonds, you know, when you were A plus VVS diamond, you know, solitaire, 5 carats, but they don't want you to shine. It's gonna be your black brothers that tell you, oh, you not on a top dog man. BKK, Pelican Bay, you not a top dog man like so and so and so and so and so and so. It's not gonna be the white brothers that tell you that. It's gonna be your black brothers. A lot of us don't want to face reality in this shit, dog. And I gotta say, dog, salute to you. Great looking dogs you be having. Great looking dogs, you know, and much respect to the confidence you have with your dogs. That's what it's all about, dog. Having confidence in your own shit, you know. Like I said before, why they hating? And they know mellow yellow, they know sake, They know Kamikaze. They know Brick and his generations of dogs, Brick and all them. Why? Because brothers promote their shit the way they supposed to be promoted. Whether they hating or not. They gonna hate, but they still gonna play. And that's the way it's gonna be, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm dropping another one. You know what I'm saying? And it will be out soon. You know, will be out soon. Salute to my man Genetics rocking out there, man. Salute to my man John Dembry, my man Paul J, you know, Brad Anderson. Salute to my man Liquid Lucky. I see you, big dog. Salute to you, Liquid Lucky. You know, and salute to all my people from around the way, all my South Carolina Bulldoggers, all my North Carolina Bulldoggers, GA, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, you know, everybody, Texas, VA, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, I said Texas, Arizona, you know, all my people in California. Big shout out to all my Oklahoma Bulldoggers, you know. But it's another one coming, man. And like I said, I'm showing this today because I know it makes them mad. You know what I'm saying? It makes them mad to see positivity. It makes them mad to see something they can't do. You know, it makes them mad to see that I ain't just sitting around worrying about what the next motherfucker doing. I'm doing my own damn thing. You know what I'm saying? If I worry about what you got going on, then I can't have my shit going on. And believe me, when I make that statement, brother, don't think I ain't gonna get that damn news. Cause that news gonna come regardless. You know? That's when I started my channel, it was a news-based channel. After I start getting them stories, it's news-based. That means I could talk about any damn thing, you know? The same way I'm about to, did y'all see that fight last night? Fundora and O'Keefe Thurman? Now, Thurman disappointed me, man. Thurman disappointed me because I thought Thurman was going to put up a better fight than he put up last night. And I will say this, that boy Fundora, he might be a force to reckon with, you know, and the thing is, he's so damn tall. He's so tall, boy, I really can't see nobody really beating him all kind of ways in that 150-something, 154, I think they said, 154 range, you know. That boy tall, man. That boy tall, and that boy can stick them jabs out from a long distance. I mean, how you gonna get in to hit somebody that can jab you and they got a foot, 12 inches reach difference from your reach? How can you get in to hit that brother, to get an uppercut in? You know, so that boy gonna go a long way. You know, a lot of people, a lot of your famous boxers gonna dodge that brother, Fundora. You know, brother 6'6", 154 pounds. And the ones that know they can't beat him, this is what they'll do. They'll stay up under him or move above him. One or the other. They really ain't gonna go above him because they know he can go up a little bit his damn self, you know. But they'll stay up under him or go above him in order not to fight that long, lanky joker, man. Because it's gonna be hard, boy. It's gonna be hard. The way, I'm gonna give you an example, the way Shakur Stevenson fight, he's a technical boxer. He work his jabs. He gonna work not to get hit. But it's gonna be hard for him to land a lick when you fight a brother with a whole foot worth of reach, longer than your reach. You can't get in to land a lick. You can't get in to land a jab. He throw a jab, you throw a jab, your fist this far away from his head. When both of y'all going for the jab at the same time, your fist is that far from his head when your arm stretched all the way out. And it's still that far from his head. And he landing a flush jab to your face. It's gonna be hard to beat that brother, man. Mark my words. Sebastian Fundora will go far in his boxing game. You know, he will go far, man. Not saying he can't be beat, but right now it's looking like he may be a force to reckon with in the future, you know. But yeah, my brother, you know, back to the dogs. I don't see none of my white brothers being a problem for a black brother excelling or succeeding and getting to the places that he want to get in this dog game. I see the black brothers stopping you, fam. Stopping me, fam. Stopping him, fam. Stopping her, fam. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. And remember where you got it from first. It's your boy PB K9s on the PBC. Pelican Bay's Corner, where it's fair and unbiased, raw, uncut. Some gonna like it, and some ain't. Let's make America game again, baby. Let's make America game again. In order to do that, you gotta get this dog, the American Pitbull Terrier, out of a lot of these bullshit ass motherfuckers' hands. Too many bullshit ass people got this breed of dog to make it game again. It's your boy PB, and I'm out.